Hello and welcome back to the Card RPG Scriptable Objects tutorial in Unity. This is part 11. We're going to be working on a couple things. We're going to be first changing something that we accidentally broke in the last video, and then we'll be syncing up damage to cooperate, and you'll be able to actually use cards to attack enemies. So let's take care of that. So the first thing is we actually were having an error. This object reference not set to instance of object. And if we look at the stack trace, it actually says in initial draw return. So let's go there first. So open up the card manager, and you're going to go to the initial draw return. And the issue is that current enemy is currently not picked fast enough, so it's actually bad. And it actually turns out null. So because of that, this actually breaks right here. It doesn't choose an enemy. So the first thing we're going to do to fix that is we're going to go into Enemy Manager. So if you have it open, just click it. If you don't have it open, hit Control and comma and type Enemy Manager. And we're going to go, and first thing is we're going to take the random range call. We're going to hit Control X to cut it and paste it inside spawn enemy. We're also going to remove spawn enemy from start. Now, inside here, we now have a random number picked between 0 and the amount of enemies in the dictionary. So what we have to do now is we have to set this be equal to this R, right? So it's going to be, we're going to remove the enemy data call inside spawn enemy. We don't need to pass in a variable. And instead of putting enemy data here where e.e data is, we're going to instead do enemy dictionary at position R. And that's it. The next thing we have to do, because now if you hit Shift F12 on spawn enemy, it shows now there's no references, so it doesn't get called anywhere. We need to call it somewhere. So let's go to the card manager. Let's go up to load deck, because we want it to happen before initial draw. So inside load deck, we're going to put, after the update to the display, we're going to put in a enemy manager dot instance dot spawn enemy. Now let's see if that works. Wait for it to compile. Hit the play button. And it says key not present in dictionary. Okay, to remove the error that we have here in the card manager, we're having an issue with spawning the enemy. So we're actually going to set these in awake instead. So after instance equals this, copy and paste that in. Let's save that and give it a go, see if it works. So now it worked. We now have the cards picked. We now have everything set up. If we smack, it doesn't do damage yet. So we need to take care of that. So let's go back into the combat manager. Double click, or however you got there. Go down to where it says attack. Right now we don't do any damage. We actually do add our block, but we don't do anything with damage at all, right? What we need to do is, before the card gets discarded, we need to first check to see if the enemy exists. So if current enemy is not equal to null, then current enemy dot take damage D. Let's save the script and go back in and see if we actually do damage to the enemy now. It should update, and we should be able to effectively do damage to the enemy. Find out. So let's smack them for 2 damage. Let's make the screen a little bit bigger. Maximize, there we go. So let's smack him for 2 damage. Boom, it worked. It discarded a card, he did 2 damage. You have a fully functional game right now. Defend 5 damage, draw a card. So it discarded a card, we drew a new card. We have currently 5 block. We're going to defend for 3 more. Now we have 8 block against 10 damage. If we hit end turn, it doesn't work yet. We're going to set up the part where you end the turn, the enemy actually attacks you. Or does their intent. Let's go back into the card manager. And at the bottom of the card manager, we're going to set up a public void end turn. Let's do a for loop, for tab. Hit tab once to skip I, and we're going to do I is 0. So we're going to switch this up. We're actually going to go from the furthest down in the list upward. So we're going to do int I equals card holder container dot child count minus 1. Because we don't want to count the actual how many there are. We want to count everything from element 0 down, which is 1 less than count. We're going to do I is greater than or equal to 0 and I minus minus, so that it constantly goes downward. So inside the for loop, we're going to do get discard card. So we're going to discard all the cards. Right? So card holder container dot get child position I dot get component card. Okay, we're going to do end turn button dot interactable is false. We're going to do current turn equals enemy. The current turn is enemy turn. We're going to set up our combat manager. So after you're done all your stuff and you hit the end turn button, the enemy's block goes to 0. Unless, of course, you had some kind of underlying factor that let them retain their block. We're going to start a coroutine. So start coroutine, enemy manager, instance, take enemy turn. We're going to pass in, we need to pass in an enemy, so we have combat manager, instance, current enemy. And then, of course, update display at the end of it. Well, let's see if that works. Let's save the script, go back into Unity, let it compile, hit the enter button, and we're going to smack, and we'll end turn. Oh my, it didn't work. And that's because we haven't set up the end turn button to work with the game. So we're going to go into the game UI. The end turn button currently has nothing and it's on click. We're going to hit the little plus sign. And we're going to drag on card manager and change no function to card manager end turn. Now hit play. So smack, smack, hit end turn, goes dark, you get debuffed. So hit end turn again. Let's try to get a random thing. There we go, shield. Let's hit end turn, see if it works. There we go, we have 6 block now. So we smack, down to 4 block. Arrow flip, smack again, down to 2 block. Now he's going to hit us for 2. If he hits us for 2, we should go down in damage. We did. And if you notice, there's one thing where stamina is not updating at the beginning of your turn every time. So let's do that. Let's go back into start new turn. So let's see where the problem is. Let's go into the combat manager. It looks like if we go into here, we have a to-do that we never filled out. Update UI. Well, all we need to do there is UI manager, instance, update display. And now when a new turn starts every time, we will have it say 3 stamina and we'll be good to go again, right? So now smack, defend, end turn, took 7 damage, back up to 3 stamina again. There we go. Aerial flip to get a new card, smack, smack. Now he's at 12 block this turn. We can't do anything against 12 block. Go. So it seems to be working great. Now for some reason, some of these numbers are turning red. I don't understand that. So in order to fix that bug, we actually need to go into the initial draw for turn part of the card manager. Underneath update display for UI manager, we need to do update display. Update display for the card manager. So now we have the UI manager and the card manager both updating. Let's take a look to see if that works. So if we do smack, smack, defend, we now have 0 stamina. The numbers are red. So if we hit end turn, it should show everything blue. And it works. There we go. So that's fixed. So in this video, you've set up a fully operational game now that lets you do damage, lets you take damage, lets the enemy block, lets you block, and you can draw cards. You can pretty much play this game now. In the next video, we will be working on adding trinkets to the game, which are a lot like a way to modify what happens in the game. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We have a Patreon. People on Patreon get to see these videos 1 week ahead of time. You can go to our Twitter to stay updated. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you really like it, hit the subscribe button with notifications so you can get notified next time we release the next one. And until next time, guys, have a great day. Peace out.